Hey fellas, long time no see. What'd you call me in for?
Oh, hey man, welcome. Here, come on, sit down, sit.
All right, no
Nice,
problem.
nice, nice to see you back, man. Appreciate the assist at Locked Away.
Feels good to be back. No problem. Happily. What'd you call me in for, man?
Yeah, so look, the reason why we're all here, three of us, and I should mention, Blank isn't here because I didn't want to bother him. He had a match today, so I want him to remain focused on that, but I'll update him in private. But the reason why I got all of us here to talk is to talk about our future. And I'm going to be completely honest. I know you haven't been around for the past month or two, but over the past while, we have gone a bit sidetracked from what we originally came together as a unit for. And the reason that happened is down to one man who's only ever cared about himself. Now, over the past few weeks and months, I've started to have my doubts about him. I mean, he didn't really care about us. He didn't care about us one bit. He was just using us as pawns for his success. We were nothing to him. And me and Taco, well, we had our intentions of dropping him like a bad habit when an opportunity arrived. But based on what happened in the main event of Locked Away, it seems he did that to himself. And with that now sorted, and looking ahead to the future, I don't see the point in having the franchise players continue on.
What? But.
Yeah, hold on. Look, you can have your own thoughts and opinions on this, but me and Taco have already talked this between ourselves, and nothing is changing our minds. Me and Taco were together before all of us came together as a group, and the two of us are going to continue like that. But whatever path you decide to go down, Jasper, I know you'll be fine. Even Blank, the both of you had success before we came together as the franchise players, and that's not going to stop now. We'll always have each other's backs, obviously. We'll be cheering on each other. But this is where the franchise players ends. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Rise and shine, boys and girls. We are back for another edition of Wednesday Night Rise. We are live from the Sunrise Center. It is a beautiful day out, and we got so much in store for you. Tonight, you will get Jakob Sterry, the Spotlight Heavyweight Champion, versus Jacob Cage, and not only that, but the national champion, Dobby, will take on Blank in singles action. It will be a great night tonight, I can assure you. We are coming off of a great pay-per-view, Locked Away. It was a great show, and we now know that Steve will be in the main event of Extreme Chaos, and I can't wait for what's gonna happen tonight here on Rise. The Steve City chants are going wild because Steve is here on Rise. It was Locked Away where Steve finally overcame the odds, overcame every obstacle that was placed in front of him, and is now headed to Extreme Chaos to compete for the World's Heavyweight Championship. These fans in the Sunrise Center, they are going wild. They're on their feet. They are screaming for Steve. Steve is known to be a man of not too many words, so I'm expecting a lot here tonight from Steve. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, wait a second, it's... It's Saints! Saints is here and he's circling the ring just looking at Steve. Saints, obviously, the former leader of the Steel City Saints. And if anyone knows about that stable, it's obviously Steve. Saints with the microphone. And I think he has a lot to get off his chest here, so let's listen in.
Alright, Steve. Don't tell me you've forgotten about me. You know, your brother in arms against the entire MWA roster. The one responsible for bringing Steel City to rise and take off. I'm sure you do by now. You're not stupid. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I fucked up. He's here to berate me and insult me for what I did at Horizon. And while that is a very valid thought, it's not the reason why I'm out here. You remember back at the bar? You, me, Hazel, Tara, all sat around the table listening to me have this change of heart, declaring to us four that Horizon was the best chance to get championship gold to Steel City. Well, I was right all along. Confused? Let me explain. Rewind from now to the Rumble, where the four of us ultimately failed in winning the entire thing. You think that I'd be mad when you got eliminated and that the Bellend won the entire thing? Well, while you were heading backstage, I was behind the curtain, ready to whoop your ass for what you did. But I held back, because the most unlikely of all sources proved I was right. Flash forward from the Rumble to Locked Away. You challenged the Bellend to the rights of the Extreme Chaos main event. And, little to your knowledge, I was at the arena. I was up in the stands waiting to run down during your match. I was picking out the right moment to make my feelings clear, but the unlikely source stopped me once again, because they made me realize that you can do it yourself. And look at you now. That unlikely source was them. Each and every person in that arena at Horizon. Each and every person in that arena are locked away. Each and every person here at the Sunrise Center tonight, and every rise between the two. They made me realize you don't need me to make you a star. You did that yourself. Now, during my absence post-Horizon, I contemplated everything. My career, my strengths, my weaknesses, but more importantly, the one thing I hold closest to me. The Steel City Saints. Listen, Steve. I was never a perfect leader. I know I've done some messed up things to you, to Hazel, to Tara, to Breezy, and to Pico. And as I said to you, V, I'm not sorry for him. Everything I do for a reason. But despite all the anger and violence I built up in me, I only wanted what was best for everyone, to take those without a direction and put them on a path to greatness by any means possible. And just for clarification, I am being honest here. I'm not trying to erase my guilty conscience with a random act of kindness. I know I'm an arsehole, and I will forever be an arsehole to these people in attendance. But for what it's worth, I want to look you in the eyes and say, Steve, I'm proud of where you're at right now. I'm happy to know that the past year of the Steel City Saints running rampant around Minecraft Wrestling has all led up to this. But as of right now, there's just one more thing I need to say to you. When you're in that ring at Extreme Chaos opposite Milky, just know you're not winning it. You're not winning it for me. You're not winning it for Ultraviolet. You're not winning it for the Steel City Saints. You, Steve, my brother, you're winning it. You're winning it for Steve fucking City.
Big words from Saints as he tells Steve that he's not winning the belt for anyone else but Steve City. And Steve now has Saints' word as he heads into the main event of Extreme Chaos against Milky for the World's Heavyweight Championship. And these fans are chanting Steve City. They are on their feet and they are loud. But folks, just know our night is not over just yet. We have more to go, so stay tuned.
What's poppin', my sinners? I am Jakob Sterry, the Influencer, your golden opportunist.
Ladies and gentlemen, out comes the Spotlight Heavyweight Champion Jakob Sterry. And as we now know, this Saturday on Rise, he will take on Jimmy Sins for the Spotlight Heavyweight Championship in a Jakob Rules match. And I would explain those rules right about now, but the thing is that by the time I get done reading those rules, Jakob Sterry would have already won this match. The Influencer himself. As we know, Jakob Sterry unfortunately dropped Breezy as a friend. He could have been a double champion by now, which I'm very upset about. Which, personally, I believe that was the wrong decision to go, seeing as Breezy is now a bit, a bit screwed up in the head. But it's fine. Jakob Sterry, he doesn't need Breezy anyway, right? He doesn't need him. He's Jakob Sterry. Well, we're talking about another Jakob here, Jakob Cage. Representing Delta Dropkick. His partner Bryce at Locked Away faced Dobby for the national championship. Came up just a little bit short, but Jakob Cage here tonight facing another Jakob in Jakob Sterry. So this is basically Jakob versus Jakob here. Just Jakob Cage's name is spelt with a K and not a C. But I like both of these guys. Primetime Jakob Cage. The bell has sounded and we're underway in our opening contest here tonight. Jakob Cage asking who's the real Jakob. And I think they're all saying prime time. Personally, I probably don't agree with that. But, oh man! Jakob Cage with a big shoulder tackle right in the Jakob Sterry. And Jakob Sterry now cowering to the corner. And now a big bile toss! And Jakob Sterry just got some airtime on that one as he rolls out of the ring. Jakob Cage chasing Jakob Sterry around the ring. And Jakob Sterry able to make it back inside the ring. And a big clothesline! Just flipped him inside out. Jakob Sterry in a world of his own right now. As Jakob Cage rebounds into a beer belly splash. Hook of the leg. Will this be it? Probably not. 1, 2, and I'm correct. It is not an easy task to take down the Spotlight Heavyweight Champion Jakob Sterry. As we all know, at American Wasteland, Jakob Sterry cashed in his Golden Opportunist briefcase and cashed in on former champion Shawn Anderson to win the belt. But now Jakob Sterry knees up. And a big kick to the knee. Kneeling Jakob Cage here as he rebounds off into a big Shining Wizard. Might have taken his head off here as he goes for the cover. 1. Oh, kick out at 1. Not even a 2 count, just a 1 count. Jakob Cage is a very big, meaty man. You will not keep him down that quickly. You will not keep him down that quickly. Jakob Cage now being put into a single leg Boston Crab as he crawls to the ropes. Jakob Sterry has it locked in. And now Jakob Cage grabbing the bottom rope as Steve is going to usher off Jakob Sterry. Letting go at a 4 count. Very smart strategy there. Keeping the lock in for as long as you can until the referee counts to 4. Jakob Sterry does not want to get himself disqualified here. If anything, Jakob Sterry wants to have a good record in the year of 2024. But now, going back to the leg, as Jakob Sterry with a rope-assisted dragon screw leg whip. And Jakob Cage might be a one-legged man right now. Jakob Sterry, very smart strategy going after the leg, seeing as Jakob Cage is a very, very big man. But now, Jakob Sterry with a knee drop to the knee, just targeting the leg. Jakob Sterry talking some trash to the crowd. Showboating here. Talking about how amazing he is. I agree. He is very amazing. Very great. I love Jakob Sterry. But I also kind of like, DDD. But now a big European uppercut. Jakob Sterry with a big snapmare. Penalty kick. Oh, wait a minute. No, Jacob Cage able to catch Jakob Sterry's penalty kick. And now he's up on his feet. Jakob Sterry hopping around. And a twisted T! Bone suplex! From Jakob Cage. Hook of the leg here. 1, 2. Jakob Sterry able to kick out. Right at 2. That could have been it, but it was not it. Jakob Cage gasping for air now as we reach the 4-minute mark in this match. It has been an excellent contest between these two men so far as Jakob Cage runs to the other corner, adjacent of Jakob Sterry, slapping his belly. I think it's time. Oh, wait a minute. Jakob Sterry falling over. Oh, wait a minute. What's hey. Did he trip him? I didn't see anything, but if he did, then throw him out of here, man. Throw Bryce out of here. If he's tripping Jakob Sterry, the Spotlight Heavyweight Champion, then get Bryce out of here. I think the referee is ejecting Bryce from the match. And wait a minute, Jakob Sterry with a schoolboy. Here we go. 1, 2. Jakob Sterry kicks out at 2. Schoolboy won't put him down. But now Jakob Sterry with a dragon screw leg whip. Bryce heading towards the back. Thought he could get away with it. Absolutely not. Jakob Sterry is smarter than that. But now Jakob Sterry, speaking of smart, puts in a Boston Crab. Tugging on both legs. And Jakob Cage might... Oh, wait a minute. Jakob Cage kicks Jakob Sterry off. The big man with a fly. Wait a minute. Flying headbutt from Jakob Sterry as he hooks the leg. 1, 2. Jakob Cage kicks out. Senior referee Steve holding up a 2 as Jakob Sterry grabs the wrist, pulling him into a clean slate. The clean slate connects, and that might be 3. All he's got to do is hook the leg here. Hooking the leg. 1, 2. Hey, wait a minute. Look at the outside. It's Breezy. Breezy just... What is Breezy doing? What on earth? What is Breezy doing? He's costing Jakob Sterry the match. What's this guy doing out here? Get him, escort him out of here. And now a party foul from Jakob Cage, the leaping bicycle kick. As we have a cover here. 1, 2, and that's 3.
Listen to this track.
You know what? No. This is ridiculous. This is a conspiracy. I don't know what the term of conspiracies are in the MWC, but my goodness, what the hell? Oh, now Breezy with a big forearm strike. He's unloading these forearm strikes to Jakob Sterry as Jakob Cage gets the win here tonight. Talking about ruin your life. He put you on a pedestal, Breezy. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, both men are trading shots as both men are brawling at the outside. DDD just standing there watching. This is entertainment to them. Wonder if these two will talk about this brawl on the outside at the next college frat party. Wait a minute, Bryce grabs a mic. Let's hear what he has to say.
Alright, thank you, Breezy, for taking out that trash. Now, we appreciate that you wrote your wrong from a couple months ago. We appreciate you, big dog. But now it's time to talk some business. We've sat around, we've been drinking, partying, living lavish, and trust me, it's been real fun. But I think it's time to get back to what we didn't truly lose in the first place. And listen, this might surprise you guys, but I'm not much of a reader, but I think it's time to add one last chapter in this little debacle we got going on with Ultraviolet. And I can't think of a better place to close this book than at Extreme Chaos.
Oh yeah, B-Rice, that's what I'm talking about. And I think, we've had our 2 matches, we're 1-1, and I think the trilogy is a perfect idea, but if we're gonna settle this once and for all, we're not gonna do this in a sanctioned match. We're not gonna do this a boring way. We're going to do this in a frat party rules match. Tornado tag, no countouts, no disqualifications, anything goes, and the only way to win is pinfall or submission. Ultraviolet, I look forward to hearing your response. Until then, DDD out.
Listen to this track.
The challenge has been made. Extreme Chaos. DDD versus Ultraviolet for the tag titles in a frat party rules match. No countouts, no disqualifications, anything goes. And that will be one hell of a match at Extreme Chaos.
After all these months together, and he just turns on me. I just don't get how he could do that. Maybe I am just pathetic and whatever he just said about me. I'm just gonna sit here and call my friend Dobby.
Hey Jobber.
What?
Hey Jobber, you sitting on the bench. Get in.
Nuck? I'm getting in. Nuck, so sorry your dad died in 9/11.
It's like, you know what? I don't want to talk about it, especially with you, because it's kind of your dad's fault.
Wait, really?
I'm not here for the history lesson, Slick.
That explains why he left me.
Slick, what are you doing?
To be honest, I'm not even sure. I've considered retiring at this point. I'm not fit for anything.
You think?
Yeah?
It's like, first you were a Nazi, then you were Jesus, you were, I guess, Jim Ross, you've been a detective, and then you tried to be me at Locked Away. What happened to you?
I don't know, man. I don't think I'm anything without you or Jasper. I'm not the man that you thought I was, and I'm really sorry I let you down.
Slick, I have a question.
Go on.
Slick, at Insurgents last year, when you won the world title, was I next to you in the ring watching that happen? Was I helping you win?
No, I don't recall that happening.
Was Jasper in the ring with you? Did Jasper help you win that match?
Now that you mention it, not really.
Slick, let me take you somewhere a little special.
Oh?
Don't touch the fucking radio.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Well, Slick, this is the spot.
Is this a jungle?
No, no, Slick, just... Slick, can you not... Are you serious?
I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at here.
Slick, look forwards.
I don't see anything.
Like, directly ahead of you. Slick, there's one thing directly ahead of you. Just look forwards. Look straight ahead.
Is that a crane?
Down. It's like 30 feet away from us. Straight ahead. Right over here. It's like you could basically smell it.
Oh my god. Is that... Oh, I've missed you so much. Sorry.
This is all that's left. What's up?
Sorry, Nuck. Just that seeing this truck kind of brings back bad memories. I mean, when the truck exploded, I basically lost myself. Help me, Nuck. I don't know. Seeing it in this state kills me.
Slickster, I'm gonna stop you right there. This truck exploding did not make you lose yourself. What made you lose yourself is that you gave up on yourself. When we were at the top of the world, things felt good. All of a sudden they didn't. You didn't know how to handle that. But Slick, when I picked you up in this van for the first time, to the last time we drove to the arena in one of these, I watched you go from nobody who never did anything to world champion, top of the world, riding shotgun with the Nuckster. It's like it doesn't matter whether you're a world champion or whether you're, God, whatever happened to you now. You're always going to be Slick bait. And Slick, that's where you've lost yourself. And I know it's been hard. When I watched Taco cost you that title, and then I walked out later that same night and tried to lay down for someone who we thought was one of our best friends, Jasper, and then walking backstage and locking Taco eye to eye right before I went backstage for the last time, it hurt. And I couldn't come back. I was old, I was washed up, I was done. But Slick, you made it to the top of the mountain that night. And just because of a couple setbacks doesn't mean you can give up on yourself and rest on your morals, Slick. And the night this truck exploded, you did exactly that. It's not because this truck exploded, it's because you gave up on yourself. You felt like you couldn't do anything anymore. You felt like peace was no longer the answer. You attacked Taco, and you gave up on everything you stood for. And look where it's gotten you, Slick. It doesn't matter if you're a detective, I don't know what you've been, Jesus, I think. Slick, I don't know what to do with you anymore, but I think you have to realize that none of those are Slick bait. There's only one thing that's ever been Slick bait, and it's been the Peacemaker. Now, Slick, I know tacos cost us hell. I know that match was hard. I know losing the title was hard. It was hardest for me at Endgame when I had to sit on commentary while Taco killed one of my best friends, Kev. And I watched him die in the middle of the ring. That was the hardest for me. And Taco, if you're listening, if there's a way you can hear me right now, Taco, I want you to know that I hate you. And that I will never forgive you for what you've done for me and my best friends in the high road. Because we might not be coming out together every week in wrestling, but we're always a family and we'll always stick together. And when you try to tear us apart, and when you kill my best friend, and when you take Jasper from us, and when you do this to my best friend Slick, I take that personally. And Taco, I hope you never rest peacefully again. And if you do for one single night, I'm gonna find you and make sure you pay for it. It's like I'm sorry, I got a little distracted there, but the point is, Slick, you've strayed off the beaten path. You've strayed off what made you you. And you have to find peace again, Slick. The world needs the peacemaker more than ever.
Yeah. Yeah. When you put it like that, I can understand.
Get up, Slick. Stop sitting. I want you to look me in the eyes and tell me that you're done being a joke. You're done being nothing. You're done trying to find yourself, Slick, because you knew who you were this entire time. Slick, next time you go out there, next time you enter the ring, you're not gonna be a pirate. You're not gonna be a ghost. You're not gonna be whatever. You're gonna be the frickin' peacemaker. Can you promise me that?
Yeah. Yeah, I promise.
Slick, promise me one last thing. Promise me that no matter what happens to you, no matter what adversities you face, no matter what obstacles get in your way, you're always going to stay true to yourself, and you're always going to believe in what you know that you believe in, and you're always going to be the best version of yourself, and you're always going to be the peacemaker.
I promise you, Nuck.
Be more confident, Slick. Say it to me. Promise me.
I promise.
I think my work here is done. Good luck, Slick.
Love you, Nuck.
Alright, fruitcake. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Sorry. Pride Month does that to some people.
Hello, my name is Denzel. Please welcome this time my guests, Taco and Ultimate. Taco, Ult, what is next for both of you guys following the events that happened at Locked Away?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious what's in store for the icon himself here. The man who is in possession of the Pandora box, guaranteeing him MWC World Championship match anytime, any place he sees fit. And people can go out there online and speculate, have their own thoughts and opinions on when they believe the icon might be cashing in. Truth is, Taco here intends on cashing in sooner than some people are thinking. And as for me, well, I think there's a clear path laid out for me to once again become a champion in this company. And to be more precise, I think there's a clear path for me to become the new MWC Ironman champion. And people can have their say and disagree with me. But why should a guy who's the Iron Man in the Rumble match, entering in at number 1, lasting all the way to the final 3, not get a shot at that championship? And better yet, I managed to pin EQ in the middle of the ring at Locked Away. And I know I can do that again and again and again in a 15-minute period. So as much as their general manager Cruz can dislike the idea of me being in a championship match, the biggest show of the year, the evidence is right there to see that I should be next in line for that title.
Alright, hold up. I've heard enough of sitting here and listening to you talk and talk. You don't need to sit there and try to explain yourself or explain why you deserve a shot at this title, because I've already had a chat with Cruz not too long ago. And even though the franchise players may not be a thing anymore, I still remember the hell you both put me and others through. So my good pal Cruz decided to help both of us out. At Extreme Chaos, it'll be me and you for this Iron Man Championship. Now, if you'll please excuse me, I got better stuff to be doing, so I'll be seeing you two around.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we just learned just a few short moments ago, Taco seems to be cashing in his Pandora's box sooner rather than later. And we also know that Ultimate has his eyes set on the Iron Man Heavyweight Championship. And this is coming all after the breakup of the franchise players. And here comes a former member of the franchise players, Blank, who is kind of stuck in the middle of all of this. The Iceman himself. Blank, unfortunately, all on his own now. But can he rise up the ranks here on Rise? That was a pun. Rise. Rise to the top. I'm a genius. Regardless of puns, though, Blank has a lot to do here on Rise. Ever since being called out to the main roster, Blank has been eating pin after pin after pin, and maybe tonight he can top off a win against the national champion Dobby, who, speak of the devil, is coming out right now, and these fans are on their feet, cause here comes the national champion! Dobby coming out here with a national championship as Blank stares on. The ginger jokes have begun as Dobby circles the ring, calling for the crowd support. Big Dobster himself. Calling for their energy as he's getting ready, getting set to face Blank here in this one-on-one contest. Handing the belt off to Steve. Blank on the outside of the ring talking a bunch of trash to Dobby. Slowly gets in. Carrot Top. It's a funny nickname for Blank. Carrot Top. Absolutely humorous. But Dobby is a man of no humor. Dobby is a man that will break you in half. Blank doesn't know which turnbuckle he's supposed to be at. Doesn't know which corner he's supposed to reside at. Dobby teaching Blank about wrestling. Hey, wait a minute, Blank with a... I don't know what Blank's doing. He's, Blank is a loose cannon. That's all I can say. Blank is he's an enigma. Blank is an enigma. But the bell rings, and here we go. Both men circling the ring. Might start this one off with a big lockup. Blank able to duck under. Dobby with a big waist lock. Blank reversing standing switch. Dobby able to pry apart the hands, and now a big headlock has him wrenching it, has him under his pit, just wrenching on the head. One of the many holds that Dobby knows. But now Blank able to back him up into the ropes, might shoot him off here. Dobby pulling away from Blank. Oh, Big eye poke from Blank. Blank using everything he learned from the franchise players, knowing how to play dirty. And a drop kick to the back. Flattens out Dobby right on his stomach. Oh, wait a minute. Falls into the ropes. Neck being hung on the middle rope. Blank in control. Blank, as we know, is a former Spotlight heavyweight champion. Lost the belt at Endgame back in March to Shawn Anderson, but now just choking Dobby on the middle rope. And these fans are not big fans of Blank. Now a big stomp to the chest of Dobby. And he's continuing these stomps. My goodness. Blank on the attack. Dobby coughing out. Senior referee Steve trying to separate these two so we can check on Dobby. But now, Blank pressing a boot right on Dobby's throat. And Steve has to pull him off. Dobby just getting choked out by Blank in the early beginnings of this matchup as we are close to reaching the 3-minute mark. Blank just very arrogant. And now Blank charging, but hits the turnbuckle and a big jumping enziguri from Dobby. Dobby going back in control. Dobby with a waist lock, trying to lift him up for a German suplex. But it seems like Blank is holding his ground. Blank able to slip out. Dobby swings the lariat. Blank ducks. Springboard DDT right onto the top of the head. Blank with a huge cover. Can he get the 3 count? Oh no, just a 1 count. You will not keep Dobby down for that long. Dobby, there is a reason he is the national heavyweight champion. He brought the belt back, and he is restoring justice to the belt. But now Blank in control. Maybe Blank could be a future national champion here in the MWC. But now, Dobby with a big forearm smash. Blank going for a big shoulder tackle, but Dobby able to sidestep. Blank falling to the outside, right onto the apron. Oh, wait a minute. Dobby pulling him fully through the ropes. Uh-oh. Hook in the head. Oh, my God! Rope hung! Hangman's neck breaker! Wow. What a move from Dobby. And Blank in a world of his own as Dobby hits a big sliding knee to the back of the head. And he's continuing these knees to the head. Dobby is fired up as he drags him to the corner. Blank in a world of hurt. And now Dobby with a big knee to the gut. These signature strikes from Dobby coming into play in this matchup. Dobby going for a big whip into the corner, but Blank able to reverse. Dobby. Oh my God! Kick it off the turnbuckle with a big back elbow. Dobby, the adrenaline pumping through his veins, pulling him up high. Big Northern Lights bobbing, coming, but Blank able to slip out. 6-minute mark in this match has been reached, but now a roll-up 1-2 and a big kick out. Dobby kicking out with the roll-up, and now Blank once again ducking a lariat and a big jumping roundhouse kick. Catching Dobby off guard. These fans obviously are not big fans of Blank. Blank known to be a very ignorant, arrogant man. You can hear the boos just pouring in the Sunrise Center as Blank is being told, come on, by Dobby. And now Blank with forearm strikes coming Dobby's way. And now, oh, brother! A big overhand shot from Dobby. And now the violence party is being unleashed on Blank. Oh, wait a minute. Blank with a big European uppercut, but now Dobby with an elbow strike. And these two are exchanging strikes. Who's going to get the better of one another? These fans are split. They're holding their breaths. Who's going to win this exchange? Oh, wait a minute. Blank able to block the strike from Dobby. Oh, wait a minute. Going for the snapshot, but Dobby able to duck. Make her break. Wait a minute. No, Blank ducks. Oh, the point blank. He hit the point blank. It might be over. Blank needs to turn him over and hook the leg. But now Steve counting out both men as both men lay on the ground. If they don't get up in time, this could end in a double count out. Blank hit the point blank. He could have pinned Dobby and maybe win a future shot at the National Heavyweight Championship. But now Dobby hooking the head. Bulldog choke. Bulldog choke is locked in. Will Blank tap? He's waving. He's waving. Dobby is waving his arms. Hey, wait a minute! Look at the outside. It's Breezy and Jakob Sterry. They're still brawling. Breezy rolling in Jakob Sterry, and what the hell is going on? Blank and Dobby are confused as Breezy and Jakob Sterry are still brawling. As we know, during Jakob Sterry's match with Jacob Cage, Breezy cost him the match. Oh, but low blow. The Breezy Jakob Sterry. Wait a minute, Dobby turns around Jacob. Wait a second. Dobby with a kick to the gut. Hooks the arms, lifts him up. Is he gonna hit it? Exodus! Exodus has been hit. Wait a minute, look behind you, Dobby. Dobby, look behind. Wait a minute, he rolls him up. He's got the tights. 1, 2. Blake got him! Blake wins! Blake gets the win on Rise! Blake just pinned the national champion! What the hell is going on? Breezy and Jakob Sterry interrupted this match. Dobby was too focused on Jakob Sterry, and Blank got the win. Blank just got to win over the National Heavyweight Champion. Does that mean Blank is a future shot at the National Championship? What's going on here? I don't know. I'm freaking out.
I only play the games that I win at and stay the same with more rhymes and it's ways to skin cats. As a matter of fact, let me
Breezy walking out and Jakob Sterry recovering. And Dobby and Jakob Sterry are just arguing. Blank with the win here tonight. The fans are happy. It's pandemonium on Rise. But wait a minute, Jakob Sterry just hopping the cage. He's not even heading to the back. Dobby keeps his national title for another day, but lives with the loss to Blank Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a series of chaotic events here on Rise, but we gotta go. We're out of time, and we'll see you next week. Good night from the Sunrise Center.